Good evening,
Okay,
sir.
that's fine. Yeah, good evening. How are you doing?
Very fine. Compliments of the season, sir.
Same to you. Same to you. Same to you. So, Happy New Year. It will be a great year for us all. Um,
Amen.
uh, okay, so let's just get into it because we are also bringing some other students. So, can you just introduce
Okay.
yourself to us? Let's get to know you. I know you already, Wisdom Bezaleel, Iyayi, but
Yes.
let's get to know you.
Okay.
Introduce yourself to us. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much for this opportunity, sir. Okay. My name is Wisdom Bezaleel, and I am a cloud engineer. I was once a student here at Digital, just like a few cohorts ago, not so far. So I'm a cloud engineer. I work at Leatiri here in Lagos State at VIA on the island, and I'm also a cloud teaching assistant here at Digital as a cloud engineering tutor. So basically, basically that's it.
Okay, that's good to know. So my next question is, why did you register for our training program? Or let's say, how did you get to know about Digital? Then what made you to register for the Microsoft 365 program? Yeah.
Okay, so um when I have a personal business I run, right? But I felt my friend told me then that okay, he just went through data no, sorry, digital marketing. I was like, I convinced him to go into tech because of traveling opportunities and stuff. So I was like, okay, this is good. I first of all started with personal courses. I was taking courses here and there, and I got confused. It wasn't helping at all. I was reading and reading and reading. I knew that I needed some hands-on experience. I needed somebody to hold me by the hands and guide me. So, this Instagram algorithm, yeah, I don't know, there's a way they read your mind. They just are showing you what you need. That's how I came
Mm,
on across digital on Instagram, and I was like, okay, Microsoft 365. In fact, before then, a friend of mine who is a Microsoft 365 engineer in Germany, he
mm,
told me salary. I was like, this is what you do. I was like, oh, very cool.
mm,
Before you know, Instagram showed me the same thing. I'm doing this thing. Who knows? I might find myself in Germany tomorrow. So
mm,
I got registered for the course, and
mm,
I
mm.
paid, and my tutor was introduced to me, Mrs. Jenny Ibeta, and
Yeah.
that is how it started.
Mm,
Since then it was very fantastic. Classes began. She was she's one of the best tutors I've met in my life, even till now. No, I'm
mm.
not a student. Till now, till tomorrow, she's still my tutor. I get jam, I call her, ma, see, and she puts me through. So
Wow.
that is it basically.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, so you watched the webinar just like many people are watching tonight, and you made the decision.
Yes, just like
Mm,
this.
interesting. Okay, so after the training and during the training, can you just walk us through what you have been able to do with the training from the technical point, right? So technical point is, oh, how have you been able to use SharePoint, Microsoft Teams from the technical point? And from
Okay.
the career and business angle, have there been jobs you have executed? Have there been gigs you got? Have there been opportunities you have accessed during the training and after the training? So just walk us through that.
Okay, so while I was still in the cohort, before the cohort ended, I was
Mm,
a career coach came over and taught us how to optimize our LinkedIn, Upwork, and I began to apply for jobs on Upwork. I was applying. My points get exhausted. I will get more points and I'll apply. So I got one job create for a Ukrainian organization. Then while I was still in the cohort, a SharePoint job, kind of, yeah. So I was part of a team. We had to set up some stuff. That was just a part of it. We were like five. I really don't know. We were just working. I don't. I was the only African. So it was a
mm,
Ukrainian organization. So I shared it. I think I shared it then on the group. After the whole stuff, it
yeah,
was a contract job of 5 days. After that, we got
mm,
um we got finished with the job and I got paid.
yeah,
I got paid. So, and
mm,
aside that, where I'm currently working, I I helped to configure their teams. That was one of the
Oh,
things I learned during the course. I had to configure their teams, their Outlook, create meetings. If there's a meeting, I invite people that are supposed to be in the meeting. I just handle the whole Microsoft 365 apps, basically, Teams, SharePoint, Outlook, OneDrive, all of those. So I manage all of those. Though it's not my job, that's not what I'm even supposed to do, but because of the
mm,
knowledge, initially I'm
mm.
there as a cloud engineer, but I do all of
Engineer.
this Microsoft 365 job for them because I learned it at digital.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. So, and that was what I was telling people during the session that there are some jobs people get that are not core Microsoft 365 jobs, but because
Yes,
Microsoft 365 is being used everywhere now,
yes,
the knowledge of M365 also helps them. It's like an added advantage to that job,
yes,
right? So then the next question I want to ask you is that based on your experience with Agital, especially the Microsoft 365 training, there are a lot of people out there that will say things like, oh, I think this tech thing is hard. This tech thing is this. So can you comfortably say that individuals without a tech background can master Microsoft 365?
one thing about tech, I don't
Yeah.
think tech is that hard. It's about who is teaching you. If you are
Mm,
not understanding what they are teaching you, you don't have a good teacher. I
mm,
am not the best. I will not lie to you. I will not tell you that I was one scholar. I was techie. I wasn't doing anything tech, programming one,
mm,
nothing. I just saw my guy said it was in the market. I was like, oh, let me still do it. It was the money. It told me how much I was earning in euros in Germany. I was like, okay, I will
mm.
do this also. Let me just get into tech. And when I got into the class, got into Miss
Mm.
Jenny's class, and she was a fantastic teacher. She's a gifted
Yeah,
teacher,
she
like
is. And she's
gifted.
taking
She's
this next course anyway. This course that we are doing the
Wow.
session
You
for. Yeah,
don't
she.
even if you are no, there's no how bad you are. You can message Miss Jenny anytime. She's going to attend to
Yeah.
you. She teaches very, very profoundly. That was one thing I know I got from that class. You don't need a programming. You can't be as bad as me, trust me. I got
So
into the
how
class
bad? How
and
bad were you really? How bad were you? Let me hear
I
from
was
you. How
always
bad were
calling
you?
her. I was always calling
Yeah.
her that I don't understand. My own, it was like my own was different. I was calling Mr. Raf. Mr. Raf, sir, see what's happening. He will encourage me. He will ginger me. In fact, send me your CV. I'll send my CV. I mean, no, so I wasn't really understanding if people were teaching, if she was teaching in class and she asked some questions,
Mm,
I was like, this stuff, can I really be okay? When the exams came, I passed the Microsoft administrator exam, M365. The voucher came and we wrote out, I passed like, so like this, I'm Microsoft satisfied, that kind of stuff. But so I'm not really techie, right? I studied education in school. So I'm not,
wow.
yeah, I studied education.
Education, what education? Just education, or there's biology education,
No, computer science education.
education. Okay.
But it's not it's not computer science at all. It's just the education part. So
Education.
when I started all this stuff, it was like, okay, this is really making sense. Took us through SharePoint, took us through Microsoft Purview, the cybersecurity part, Microsoft Defender, took us through um um everything basically about Microsoft 365. In fact, she had to add some extra curriculums to it so
Mm,
that we could get grounded in it. And during the cohorts, many persons were getting jobs. Many persons were getting, in fact, some of them were already in companies that needed Microsoft 365. They were outsourcing while they were
mm.
learning it from here. They had to apply as where they were working. They were not doing Microsoft 365. They were probably doing secretary work or stuff. And getting the knowledge from here, they applied for the job. Right in their company, they got recruited. So they always come to share testimonies like that. So like, this is very, very, very nice. And I can say Agita will not leave you behind. Jobs will always be
Mm,
posted. Certifications will always be posted. Your LinkedIn is going to
mm,
be optimized. My LinkedIn today,
mm.
I remember the first interview I went for. When they saw my resume, the interviewer was like, Shebi, they said I am entry level. I said, yes, this stuff is so strong. How did I?
It's, it's like you have been working for many years. Interesting.
Honestly, it was like I've been
Mm,
working for quite a while. Like, Shebi, I'm
mm,
entry level. I said, yes. I just finished from boot camp. I said, yes. this your stuff is quite strong. So that's why I remember it was Mr. Raphael that posted that job link on the group then. So
Mm,
everything you need is going to be brought to your table. There's no how bad you can be. You come out
mm.
groomed. That's the fact. You come out groomed. So,
Interesting. Interesting. So one final question. So for some of them listening to, they might think, oh, maybe you started the training maybe 2 years ago or 3 years ago, and So when did you start the M365 training, and when did you finish the
December,
training?
sir. I
You
started
started
December. This is just a
December.
year.
Is it December
Yeah, December
2001 or
2023. December 2023.
2023?
Yes,
Exactly.
that's when I started. So it finished in June. It's on my LinkedIn. Everything is
Yeah,
documented there. So it finished in June, right? Yeah, in June. So 6 months
exactly.
I was done. And before I finished, that was when I got my Ukrainian work for that
Job.
Ukrainian company. Yeah, that Ukrainian
Mhm.
job. Then coming out, certifications came and
Mhm.
started. Now it's
Yeah.
quite a very, very busy. I'm a tech bro now.
Interesting, interesting. So, it's
Yes.
thanks for coming around once again tonight, so that we can inspire people. Because some people could have the idea that, oh, maybe I need 5 years, I need 3 years. No, Wisdom just he started the training December 2023,
You don't
and
even need
that's
to
just
graduate from
a
your
year.
cohort before you get a job,
Exactly, that's just like a
especially
year.
in
And
the M365 years.
yeah, and also the part you said about many of your colleagues in class who were at a company that they were outsourcing M365, and because of the
Yes.
training they applied for those same jobs. So people need to
Yes.
open themselves up to opportunities. It's very
Yes.
important. So thank you, Wisdom, once again for your time. I really
No
appreciate.
problem
Have
at
a
all.
lovely weekend and a great year ahead. Conquer more territories. Yeah, bye. So
Thank you.
I'll bring
Thank
on
you very much. Good night,
yeah,
sir.
bye. So I'll bring